This is over. Apple just did something they've never done before in history, and this is raising serious concerns, especially about Apple's business operations in China. As strange as it may sound, Apple is quietly shutting down some of their retail stores in China, and the fact that this has never happened before suggests that something much deeper may be going on with Apple in the world's biggest smartphone markets. So, what exactly is forcing Apple to shut down their retail stores in China? Now, let's dive deeper into this. According to multiple reports, Apple just shut down one of their retail stores in China just a few days ago, marking the first ever Apple store closure in China since they entered the Chinese market in 2008. Now, Apple says that the decision was made because other luxury brands have also shut down their stores in the same area. So from their perspective, it made a lot of sense to do the same, given the slowdown in traction in that particular location. As much as these reasons they are giving makes business sense to some extent, there is another side of the story they are not telling us. Let's zoom out a bit. China isn't just another market for Apple. It is their second largest revenue base after the US market. Here is where the red flag is. Apple's sales in China has been dropping for 6 straight quarters. In 2024 alone, they made $66.9 billion in China. This sounds massive, right? But wait, don't be in a rush to conclude. If you are to compare that figure with 2022 figures, where Apple made over $74 billion, it gives you the clue that Apple lost over $6 billion in revenue just within 2 years. In a market as competitive as China, that kind of decline speaks volume. To make matters worse, their smartphone market share also slipped from 17.9% market share to 15.5% market share in a single year. And guess who is filling that gap? Homegrown tech brands such as Huawei, Xiaomi, and Vivo. And among all these homegrown brands in China, Huawei seems to be giving Apple the toughest of headaches. Huawei's comeback was boosted by the launch of the Mate 70 series, powered by their own homegrown Kirin chipset, a huge milestone in China's push for tech independence. Despite heavy US sanctions, Huawei's ability to survive gave them both technical strength and patriotic appeal in the Chinese market. Putting competition aside, Apple's trouble in China runs deeper. The current ongoing US-China trade tensions are also fueling a shift in consumer sentiments. And this shift is not in favor of Apple's products. Many Chinese buyers are intentionally choosing local brands over Apple, not just because of the pricing strategy, but as a symbol of national pride. So, what is Apple doing about this? While Apple is closing down this outlet, other reports are also pointing out that another outlet is being launched in another strategic location, which is in Shenzhen. Shenzhen isn't just any city, it is China's Silicon Valley, home to tech giants such as Tencent and BYD. By opening stores there, Apple is signaling that they are not retreating, but just pivoting to a younger and tech-savvy base. So, this isn't an exit from China, but a strategic rethinking on the side of Apple to counter their current challenges they are facing in China. So, the question isn't whether Apple can survive in China, it is how they need to evolve to stay relevant in one of the world's toughest and competitive smartphone markets. Looking ahead, Apple will have to rethink their China strategy. Otherwise, they risk becoming a premium brand with a shrinking influence in a market that once fueled their global growth. So, do you think Apple can hold their grounds in China? Or we are watching the slow fade of a Western tech giant in Asia's toughest smartphone markets? Kindly let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and if you find this content informative, kindly don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next update. See you in the next one. I'm out.